Good morning and hope you all have been well. In today's video, we're going to be continuing on with our Pokemon Rejuvenation Let's Play. This is part 21 of the Let's Play, just to let viewers and players know. To recap the last episode real quick, it was a pretty simple episode. Narcissa helped us get the Route 4, we went on Wispy Path. Oh, and I forgot, Crescent met up with Ren. Then we went through a Wispy Path. Nim was like, don't go, blah blah blah. We found all the clones, battled Nim, went to Akua Town, saved an old man's life, got kidnapped by Team Zen in the aquarium, and now we're at Black Steeple Castle. Kind of a boring summary, but again, I'm usually boring, plain and simple, so yeah. Anyways. And thus, a lonely Adam waits for his beautiful friend Valerie to come back from the war. She really shouldn't be swimming in that water, it's below freezing here. That's not really gonna stop Val from swimming. Remember that time Valerie swam in ice water because she was feeling anxious? Yes, and frankly, I like to forget about it. Oh hey look, my friend Alon is here finally. Alon, this is my friend Adam. He's a grumpy fellow, but I guess he's not too terrible. I'm only grumpy because people like Valerie like to do unreasonable things. Speaking of Valerie, we're waiting for her right now. She decided to go for a swim in the freezing water, but we don't talk about her life decisions. There aren't any turrets or turrets, I don't know how you pronounce that, around the water because no one really expects to swim away from this place. Maybe the status of being a gym leader is getting to her head. I could say the same to you too, Saki. Yeah, well, you're a gym leader too, Adam. Maybe you got a big head too. So you're just going to paint me as the crazy lady who swims in freezing water? I guess that's sort of non-sensual? Sensual? I think that's how you pronounce it, I don't know. But dear God, I need some way to ease my anxiety. The cold air also helps open up my mind, don't you forget. You won't be thinking at all because you'll get hypothermia and die. Details, details. Anyways, you're Alon, right? My name is Valerie, as you know. I haven't seen you around here before, so I guess you only just got here. Yep, they came here with their friend Alita. She was a little bit of a Whitney whiner, but what can you do? Oh, where's she now? Oh, about that. Well, the warden wanted to ask her a few questions. The warden brought a newcomer to his office? That never happens. What could he possibly want with Alita? Obviously, it can't be good. If something bad happens, we can't wreck the place and look for her. That's right, the functionality of our Pokeballs is pretty much non-existent. If one were to know why that is, one would come to the conclusion that the antennas around the castle are to blame. Your subtileness, again, I suck at reading words, I'm sorry, needs a little work. Saki, sorry, why are you telling us this again? Adam, just go with it. Fine, why do you think the antennas are causing our Pokeballs to not work properly? Because I've worked and created Pokeballs in my spare time. Pokeballs work by signals. If you press the button in the center, the Pokeball will expand. From that point on, you can call out the Pokemon inside the Pokeball. But what were to happen if that signal were to be interrupted by an outside source? The Pokeball wouldn't expand, meaning we couldn't call on our Pokemon. Yepperino, Babino, that's correct. Did you get all that, Alon? Nudge, nudge. So what he's saying is, if we get rid of the antennas, our Pokeballs will begin to function again. So let's look around and find something important. I'll look at Adam using his big boy brain. Who's a good boy? This is why I prefer to stay mute. I feel you, Adam, bro. I get you. If you two are going to bicker all day, I think I'd like it better if you'd stay here. No, I want you to go too, Val. Then behave yourself. Let's go. If I'm not mistaken, there really isn't any items and all that here, but yeah. I'm tired of being here, I just want to go home. You know what I kind of find interesting is... Saki ran up a bit north here. She looked quite excited about something. Maybe you should go speak with her. You know I'm kind of curious about? So... Okay, so... Question. Oh wait, no, don't want to save because it may just say no and then Yeah, I don't want an incident like the Narcissa battle happening again. Okay, so back to what I was saying. This isn't me like trying to be like, oh well, realistically, couldn't you do this instead? I don't want to be like that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy for a moment. Couldn't Val like swim off like far away from the area and then use the Pokeball? Because I mean, you're able to use Pokeball or like send up Pokemon in like the oceans and stuff. So, is there a certain point like you can get far away from the antenna? I know it's dumb because I mean, clearly that's not what the game intended, but never mind. I'm dumb. Oh snap! Would you look at that? I found a sneaky little antenna back here. This thing thought it could hide from me, but I could smell it from a mile away. Saki, that's mildly creepy, sorry. This one is really small though, if anything, it's using a repeat signal. What should we do with it? I said we pull this sucker out of the ground and send Poseidon a little gift. Let's see what I can do here. God. On second thought, maybe we shouldn't mess with this. I agree with Adam, there's no telling what will happen once you... more power. See? Nothing happened. Oh crap. Pokeball nullification antenna has been dispatched. Security and repair should report to the site immediately. Nah. I ain't going back to jail. Scatter. Halt. First day at the Black Steeple and you're already causing trouble. I think it's time to take you to the warden. Maybe then you'll take this seriously. Yes, have a seat. I've been waiting for you. Thanks, Saki, bro. I remember this. Alright, anyway, so it's been quite some time since we've last seen each other. Oh, excuse me, how could I be so silly? You probably don't even remember. I was on the SS Oceania when it was capsizing. The name I go by around here is Nev. Be sure to remember that. Not even a day in and you're already causing trouble. See, that's another thing, like, I want to... kind of mild spoilers. Like, is Nev, like, his actual name? Because I noticed, like, a lot of the characters, like, Crescent, all of them, like, Crescent isn't her actual name. Like, Nastasia is not the actual name. Technically, I guess Nim isn't really the actual name. So, it's like... And even, what's her name? I don't know if Madeline is the same. I mean, Gara isn't, because... Well, technically all of them probably are not their actual name, because... Yeah, that's right. Where Love Lies kind of gets into that they actually give themselves, like, different names from their actual name. But I noticed other characters outside of Team Zen do that, so... Yeah, but what is it? I'm thinking of somebody else. Not Amanda, or maybe Amanda falls into that. Why do I not? I see your face. Give me a moment. Alright, I thought about it for a minute. I honestly don't remember. I remember there's a certain like side quest you can find her. She calls herself April. You find her on the train when you go to Grand Dream City. I thought it started with the letter C or A or something, or I don't remember. It'll probably come to me like 30 minutes from now. Not even a day in and you're already causing trouble. I'm not surprised, frankly, but I'd appreciate it just a little bit more if you were slightly more compliant. You were abducted by Deathwings, weren't you? The Deathwings are extremely high-ranking grunts of Team Zen. We ordered them to kidnap you at a later date, but you happened to walk into a Kiwitan at the wrong time. You know what you're up against then, right? Don't worry, we won't do anything rash as long as you don't in return. I'm sure you're wondering why we were suddenly abducting people left and right. Because of you, Madam X has been extremely on edge. There was just too much interference with our plans. Her first thought was to hunt you down personally, but then she decided against it. Make sure to keep pests locked up, make sure powerful trainers are contained. If it were up to me, I'd get rid of you right now. See, that's the thing I don't get. It's like, keep powerful trainers contained, right? But like, most of the guys are from Akua Town and what, the SS Oceania, I believe? So it's like, are they really powerful trainers though? No? Question mark? I don't know. If it were up to me, I'd get rid of you right now. If you weren't such a annoyance, all of our plans probably would have been completed as of now. But you know, the whole Malia thing. You have no idea what happened at HQ when Madam X found out Malia had died. I've never been one to feel fear, but before that day, we lost a lot of good men. Is that all you do, Alon? Listen? Can't you talk? If only your friend Alita could be as quiet as you right now. Maybe she would be in a better spot if she had just behaved herself. I wonder if you'd be able to stay awake longer than her after being blasted with electricity. Oh, finally! Is that what it took to get an inch of emotion out of you? That's right, we gave her a little bit of shock therapy. Nothing too major. You should leave now, Lon. If you're brought back here by the guards, it won't be pretty. Alright, Nev. I remember this. Alright, I'm trying to think of it's not Nimra. It's a descendant. Dude, this is gonna drive me crazy. I don't want to look it up because like I wanna like remember it on my own. Yeah, I tried to think about it more. It's gonna drive me crazy. Yikes, Alon, you don't look so good. Was the warden rough on you? Alon, you know when I say scattered, I mean scatter. Can't just stand around waiting to get caught. That's how people go to jail, yo. This wouldn't have happened if you didn't pull out the intent in the first place. Yeah. Well, it's been replaced by now, so that's that. The least you could do is apologize to Alon. Maybe later. I'm working on something right now. Yeah, what have you been messing around with for the past few hours? There are details for my next invention. Not sure on the name, but I want Rose to be in the name. Maybe I could build this thing to get us out of here. It's probably not a possibility. Anyways, I'm curious, what did the warden tell you? Alita's being tortured by Nev. Val, I don't feel so good all of a sudden. Yeah, me too. Honestly, waiting for an opportunity to strike just isn't in the cards anymore. I think we should actively start trying to find a way out of here. I've been trying to say this for days, but you two were so set on waiting around. I told you all this place gave me a bad feeling, and now somebody's suffering. What would Alita do to get herself in this much trouble? I told her to behave, as if you're to tell anyone not to act stupid. You act stupid all the time, but you don't hear me complaining. That's enough. We're going to have to find Alita's whereabouts quickly. Well, we've been all around the castle. We haven't seen her anywhere. Perhaps some of the people around the castle may know something. Maybe we should talk to some of the people in the quarry. Sounds like a good idea to me. We should be careful though. We're gym leaders, and after the antenna stunt, we're probably on the watch list. Let's try to do this in a way where we all won't be sent into torturing as well. Fine. Yes, ma'am. Bro, moment. Dude, I'm still trying to think of the name. It's driving me crazy. I truly wonder if Alita listened to me when I said to remain calm. She seems to be the type of person to let her emotions get the best of her. I'd be especially cruel towards Alita. Even if you were to act rebellious, the most you get would be a quick zap from the turrets. I wonder if Alita tried to attack the warden. Where is Adam? Is he up here, or is he just not here? I don't know where Adam is. Girl named Malia, mean that girl with the purple hair? Yeah, I saw her pretty recently actually. She might be in some sort of trouble. The warden was dragging her by her ponytail. Later I saw the bow she had in her hair in his hand. Why isn't anyone coming to rescue us? Hasn't anyone noticed? I'm sick of breaking these stupid rocks. They keep appearing every day too. Have I seen anyone with purple hair recently? Yeah, actually, she was on her way to the warden's office. I waited to see what happened because I was curious, but she never came out. For a moment. Alright. Did you happen to figure out anything useful? Someone told you that she went to the warden's room, but she never came out. Then someone contradicted that by saying they saw Alita being dragged down some stairs. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, Alita has to be in some secret area somewhere in the castle. That being the case, there's not much we can do for her, but we'll definitely rescue her when the time comes, don't you worry. We should group back up with the others though, the day's about to be over. Yeah. Saki, we're not gonna stay up longer than we have to, but Val, I don't want to go to bed yet. There's still so much to do. I mean, sleeping is for people who don't know what to do with themselves. As I always say, sleep is for the weak. You won't be saying that when you need the strength to fight back. You're being far too reasonable right now, Val. It's making me sick. Can't we just have a snowball fight or something? I really don't want to go. Saki, why can't you just... Someone, please. I need warmth. Unauthorized person discovered in the main castle area, sending guard to the location at this moment. What are you doing here? What's your name? Please, I can't. I just need help right now. Alright, I'll take you to the warden and have him interrogate you. What was up with that? No idea. The officer told me that you were on a ship that crashed on its way to Neverwinter City. That's correct. And you said you've been swimming for an hour's worth. Yes. And you expect me to believe that you've been swimming in frigid waters for an hour's worth. I didn't do it alone. My Pokemon helped me get to where I am now. But even my Pokemon could not handle the frigid waters for a long period of time. I see, well, whatever, it doesn't matter much anyways. Unfortunately, you've seen far too much, and I can't just let you go. Guards, lock her up with the rest. Wait, before you decide to lock me up, please consider this offer. I would like to help you with whatever it is you're doing here. What? Why would I even consider such a ludicrous idea? I heard one of the guards say that this place was becoming more difficult to handle with each new resident. Sorry for the pause there. Yes, what of it? Don't deny it. I have the guards attend to rowdy prisoners. Why would I need a girl like you? I can assure you that I am far stronger than any lowly guard you hired here. Are you now? Can you face the cruel nature this place has? I couldn't care less about whatever it is that's going on here. This whole prison scene you have, who cares about it? Not me. I'll have you know that I was only headed to Neverwinter because I needed work. Provide me with food and a warm bed and I'll be your personal assistant. I suppose you don't really have anything to do with this. Fine, have it your way, but know this, you are no better than anyone imprisoned here. You simply have a small advantage over the rest. One misstep and I'll have you locked up with the rest. Understood. Your kindness is appreciated. So here's your first assignment. Day 2. You there. Watch. Come pop it? To bring this girl to you as a reminder after her thorough, however you pronounce it, rehabilitation, or God, I can't speak. She has learned to speak only when spoken to, or perhaps she lost the will to speak at all. Nevertheless, this is the punishment given to those who refuse to adhere to Neve's commands. Say hello to your old comrade, Popet. Unfortunately for her and for us, she still needs a bit more work. We'll break through her quickly, I presume. Anyway, I was also here to give you your first order of business. You are on floor duty in the west wing of Black Steeple Field. From this moment on, passing through the right checkpoint will either result in a warning or corporal punishment. Please be intelligent with your choices. That's all for now. Popet, let us return. As for you, Miss Blakery, you'll be in charge of looking after a lawn. After the recent incident with the antenna, Neve has been very cautious with them. You understand? Sure. Open the cells. Oh gosh, this is super bad-tastic. You saw her, right? We have to free her as soon as possible. Alon, you should visit the library on the second floor. In one of the bookshelves, there's a book with a purple cover. Read it, that's all I'm gonna say. After that, come to Black Steeple Fields. You won't find me out there in the open, but you have a brain, right? You aren't like Adam. You can figure this out. Yeah, we got this. Oh yeah, real quick, is it this bed? Which one's Val's bed? Is it this one? Ability capsule. I believe there's one with a heart scale, I believe. No? Or am I... Maybe I'm going crazy. Heart scale, there it is. My bad. I did what you asked me to do. Well, of course you did. So why her? Why is that girl so special? What exactly do you mean? Alita, what's the point of torturing her? Oh, that. Her father was a traitor. She deserves it. Are you that cold-hearted? I am when I have to be. I don't enjoy torturing people, teenagers for the matter. Do you think I enjoy your pain? It sure seems like it. Well, I don't. Torturing isn't me. What Nastasia says goes. Why torture her and not her father? Her father has been dead for ages. Is that so? See, I mean, like, I mean, sure, it's an evil organization, which, by the way, sure, I believe it's an evil organization, but I question if Team Zen's like the big threat. I don't believe it, which I'll get into at some point. But I don't get the point of like the whole torture thing with Alita. It's like she didn't even do anything. Well, I mean, yes, well, technically no. I mean, she did help us destroy the whole Matto space thing. So never mind. How would you feel if I tortured your daughter? That probably sounded really weird. I died. I'm sorry. I don't hate her, but whatever my boss says goes. Watch it, girl. I enjoy your presence, but don't speak out of line. My apologies. I just meant. I know what you meant. To answer your question, I kill you slow. So if you understand the love of a father has for his daughter, why? The whole reason I'm here is because I love my daughter. I joined this team because of her. I'm confused. Why would you? My answer stops there. Fair enough. One last thing though. Why are you just disabling the signal of the Pokeballs? Wouldn't it make much more sense to confiscate them? Curious little lass, eh? They still have their Pokemon because Madam X wants it that way. Technology can fail, you know. The moment that signal goes out, it's game over for this place. You're correct, but it doesn't matter if this place ends in a riot or not. Don't get me wrong, we're trying to prevent that all at costs. However, if it comes to it, we'll let it happen and fight back. What kind of place are you running here? I never heard of a riot at a prison being okay. There's some things you simply just don't understand, and those things you aren't meant to understand, but fine, I'll humor you. What happens when a riot breaks out? People get hurt. Yes, people indeed become injured. It goes far beyond that though. So you want prisoners to die. Whether or not they do or don't is irrelevant. I don't understand. Like I said, you aren't meant to understand. Anyways, you've done well, girl. I don't need you for a while. You're free to do whatever you please until further notice. You're too kind, sir. I shall be at the West Wing then. Get to it. For a moment. Alright. I've tried looking in this place before. If there's any like secret books or anything. I tried tapping on everything, I think at some point, but never really found anything beside this one and this one here. But yeah. The Tale of the Hero and His Queen. Read it. Long ago in the Kingdom of Avium, a lone queen looked over her land. The queen had her own appointed Knight of Light, which she kept safe from harm. At any point of adversity, the knight would protect his queen above all else. However, one threat they could not handle creeped up to the door. The hero met his end and fell in battle, leaving his sword lifeless. The enemy presented his sword to Her Majesty as a symbol of their defeat. Wait, hold up, wait. Okay, so this is why I love playing this game. When I read that, something huge clicked on me, okay? So, I'm gonna get into some spoilers, because why the hell not? Because I'm thinking about it now. Her Majesty. There's a point in the game where you go to the future, right? If any of you played this game before. I know this isn't groundbreaking, but it kind of is at the same time. Spacia and Tempa pretty much said we're pretty much admins, or pretty much admins of a whole nother organization. Like, we're not the ones running the show. And then after that, they said we do what Her Majesty says. And in the book, it says Her Majesty. So it's a big question. Like, Her Majesty in this book, is it the same one as the one Spacia and Tempa are technically working for? Is the one from this book and the one that they serve, are they the same, being or not? Very interesting, very interesting. My brain was just like, where have I heard Her Majesty before? Maybe, I don't know. As a symbol of their defeat, the queen would not allow hope to cease. She strung back her bow and shot her final arrow, thus ending the war. You found the book with purple covers Saki mentioned earlier. Read it. They say that there's only one thing you must do when the being of disaster and misfortune arrives. You must walk past it and hide yourself underneath the bridge of fortune. Only then will you shroud yourself from the eyes of the shadow. They say that there's one thing you must do when the being of disaster and misfortune arrives. You must walk past it and hide yourself underneath the bridge of fortune. Only then will you shroud yourself from the eyes of shadows. I mean, I get the meaning of all that, but like, I wonder if it's like much deeper than that. Like, in the future, like, is it gonna actually be something we need to memorize? Maybe. I'm also gonna read this as well. Okay. The shadows that shade the earth shall be known in the end. The one of raw evil, the one of obsession, the one of betrayal, and the one of greed. These four shall see the world be lost forever. The shadows that shade the earth shall be known in the end. The one of raw evil, the one of obsession, the one of betrayal, and the one of greed. These four shall see the world be lost forever. Okay, so give me 1 second. Alright, sorry for the pause there, okay? I want to go through my notebook. Doesn't mean one individual. So for dark, so it's still in a sense unknown, like the qualities for light. Now I do have a few theories on who is light, but I also have a few theories on dark. So let's read that again. I'm gonna write it down again. The shadows that shade the earth shall be known in the end. The one of, so there's one of raw evil, one of raw evil, one of obsession, one of obsession, one of betrayal, and the one of greed. Now, I know I already got this written down before, but I want to kind of make a whole new page for it and all that. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. Okay, so you know what, screw it. I'm gonna get into some theories right now. I kind of want to, and I kind of don't, but I'm gonna get into this episode. So for raw evil, I'm gonna get into some spoilers because I can, and I want to right now. Okay, so for raw evil, I put down 2 characters for raw evil. Okay. Now for raw evil, I put down clearly whatchamacallit. I put down 2 characters, that's it. Sorry, I had to reread it again. I put down Nim and I put down Indrid. I'm more than certain that Indrid fits the bill more. I wrote down that like I'm about like 90% sure, and I'm like 10% sure on Nim. There may be a few other characters in the future that may fit the bill, maybe. So yeah. Now Obsession is a Obsession was a little bit of a tricky one to me, honestly. I believe I can fly. I believe there's a lot of characters that fall into that category. in a sense for obsession. So what I've written down is Madam X, Crescent, Melanie, and Nim. I think those four can fit obsession because I mean Madam X is very obsessive about Malia and her plans being done. Crescent, I think Crescent can fall into that possibility. Melanie maybe, but I believe she's just like an alternate version of Malia from a different timeline. But I did add her just in case, and I also put Nim there just to put Nim there. The one of greed I think is very interesting. Actually, before we get into that, betrayal, I believe Ren and Nim both can fall into betrayal in a sense, because technically Nim has been betrayed by Crescent because Crescent lied to Nim and said everyone else didn't want to save you but us at some given point. So I think Nim can fall into that. Ren is a hard maybe as well because I mean again he got betrayed by again Crescent. And also, you know, Crescent could also be possibly raw evil as well, maybe. She's an interesting character that I don't know much about, but I would say for portrayal, Nim and Ren as of now. Greed though, I believe, heavy spoilers, just in case. Sorry for hitting the mic. Again, heavy spoilers and all that. I believe one of the Blakeries is of greed, and I think it's Thomas, or at least maybe, you know, the whoever owns like whoever is, you know, the most rich one. I believe Thomas is like the son or whatever, but it seems that the Blakeries and Team Zen have some sort of connection. I believe that personally, and I believe it's gonna get into that in the future. I mean, think about it. Like, how does Team Zen have like the funding that they have? They have a lot of troops, literally like warships, helicopters, stuff like that. Like, where did they get that money? Sure, you know, some could argue Anastasia. She could have, maybe, from the Rejuvenation company, from her mother. Okay, maybe, but still, I don't think that's enough. So I believe the Blakeries and them have some sort of like agreement and all that type of stuff. I may be wrong, and plus at some point in the game when you get far enough, it is said before that, you know, the Blakeries were involved with a few stunts and all that, so it makes you question, you know, what is their motives with Team Zen. Very interesting, very interesting. I just want to say that out loud for that, just in case in version 13 they actually announced some of them. I don't think they would, but I want to say that here now so I can say that this is what I believe, and if I'm right on anything, I'm great. I'm a great detective. Alright, I'm gonna stop now. Yeah. The one of betrayal and the one of greed, the four shall see the world to be lost forever. I'll get into more in the future on it, but yeah. Sorry about that. Oh my god. Finally! I'm impressed you were able to solve the little riddle I came up with in 5 minutes. Sorry, but I couldn't risk talking about this place out in the open. This place is completely secret. Not even the warden knows about this hidden grove. We're also in a blind spot from all the points of the castle, so we can do whatever we want. And as you can plainly see, there are no antennas back in this corner. You'll be able to safely use any of your Pokemon while being back here. Why you look at me like that, Alon? So menacing. Is it because we acted all coy about not being able to use our Pokeballs properly? Alright, fine, you got me. We actually knew all about this beforehand. I didn't skip that, sorry. All the information right off the bat. You could have been a creepy spy, stalker, or something. What would have happened if you told you all our secrets? Bad things happen, that's what, so you better forgive us. Anyway, Valerie and Adam both have mining duty at the quarry, so it's just us. There's someone I want to introduce you to. I'm sure you'll love them. La la la. I'm great at this. Well, that's who I wanted you to meet, but it looks like we spooked them. Alright, I'm gonna end the video off here because we're at like 34 minutes, so yeah. I would strongly advise you capture a Tangela here. You can capture a Tangela. I think there's a few other Pokemon you can get if you want, but Tangela I think is a decent Pokemon. Tangrowth, I believe late game could be very beneficial possibly, so yeah. But anyways, again, I want to make an episode more in depth of a lot of stuff that I feel, but I just want to say what I said earlier. Those are the characters that I think fit the bill for the 4 darkness. It's still unsure about the qualities for like light and anything like that, even though I do have a huge theory on the entire thing. So yeah, again, we will get there when we get there. And I may even just make a separate video saying, you know, talking about light and dark, you know? And maybe getting into like Madam X, Team Zen and all that, and then talk about, you know, just all sorts of other things. It's something I want to do. I'm not sure yet because it seems cringe, but at the end of the day, this whole series is cringe, bro. Yeah, I'm just dumb, bro. Anyways, I'll end it off on that. Thanks so much for watching. I definitely do appreciate it, and I guess let me know your own theories, how you feel about the whole dark thing. Let me know if I'm on track, if I'm not on track, or yeah. I don't think anyone's watched to this point, but it's all good, it's all good. Thanks so much for watching, definitely do appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Good morning.